Woodland Farm has been raising American bison since 1996. Bison from their farm can be found at specialty markets and quality restaurants throughout Kentucky. Bison meat is high in protein and lower in fat and cholesterol than skinless chicken and turkey. Let's take a look.
On the average day, you may not notice how beautiful it is, and then on a particularly beautiful morning like today, it absolutely strikes you. The first word that comes to mind when I think about buffalo is majestic. If you are calm and quiet near a herd of bison, you can hear them all breathing in unison, these big, deep, heavy breaths.
I had the farm background, and my wife was raised at Sutherland, which is now a subdivision well known to Louisville citizens. At that time, it was a shorthorn farm, and long story, eventually her parents died. The children didn't have any understanding of running a farm, so not understanding what might come, they sold the farm, and of course, after it became a subdivision, regretted it the rest of their lives. So bison are a romantic creature, you know. They're part of our memory of the Wild West, of the early settlement of America. So the bison are symbolic, you know, that they are the largest mammal in North America. And we've almost lost them. The numbers, it's debatable, but the numbers were down to 250, certainly less than 500. At the time, Roosevelt decided it was time to do something. And if it weren't for the farmers and the ranchers, we would not have bison. So they were once on the endangered species list. Now, through practices of farmers and ranchers throughout America, we have the numbers, they're no longer endangered. We went into bison because at that time, you know, the tobacco program was coming to an end, and there was a lot of talk about settlement money going to diversification. We researched several things and thought we might end up doing several experimental kinds of diversification. But we bought the first 20 head of bison, and we fell in love with it, and we really didn't turn back.
Bison and buffalo, different words for the same animal. So bison is maybe a little more precise or correct, but buffalo is a totally acceptable common name for bison. They also, the same terminology as far as cows and heifers and bulls are all the same between cattle and bison. And their weight also is not so dissimilar. The sort of the difference really is that the bison, a lot of the weight is right up front, so they look a lot larger. So the very largest herd bulls that we have, you know, that get up to 8 to 10 years old, let's say, will top out right around 2,500 pounds or just above. Average herd bull is maybe 2,000 pounds, and the average cow is anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200 pounds. So they look a lot bigger, but they just have a pretty small hindquarters and much more weight up front. There's many open and empty pastures. Our main bison herd is rotating through 21 pastures. They're always moving. They're moving to fresh grass. It's an intensive grazing program, so we're trying to keep them moving away from their own manure where parasites come from, moving to fresh grass. They're going to utilize the grass better. It's going to be better for the grass. It's going to improve the soil. People come here for the bison, and then once they get here, they realize that we also have heritage hogs that are finished in the woods. We have laying hens with some really cool movable coops that open and close based on sunrise and sunset, and so we have a lot of we've diversified into other things that sort of complement the bison, so it's not just a bison farm anymore. we're looking at was our main cow-calf herd. That's about 110 cows. Most of the calves have been born this season, so we've got about 90 calves out there so far with 5 bulls. So that's our primary herd, and then we'll have a group of heifers that are growing out to replace breeding stock and also for meat, and then also a group of bulls that we also for meat. The owners of the farm also own the slaughterhouse, so the animals are born here. We raise them here to slaughter weight, slaughtered at their slaughterhouse, and then served in their restaurant as well as other restaurants in Louisville. We're all the way from the pasture to plate here.
Buying this farm was not a strategic plan. But ever since we did, we both are very happy that we have. We put the farm in easement. We know that it will never be developed. This place was being advertised as the next great golfing community, where they were going to put house sites all along this cliff and put a golf course in the middle of the pasture. So it just occurred to us that it was the wrong thing to happen to this piece of land.